Episode 78 of the Boomtank Business Show. Today's guest is none other than Don Osmond Jr., son of Don Osmond and part of the legendary and iconic Osmond Family of Entertainers. Today, Don heads his own company, OZComm Marketing, developing genuine story-based marketing and authentic marketing strategies for both large corporations and small businesses. He offers everything from first-glance evaluation to the execution of complex campaigns. Don is a highly sought-after speaker and writer. He shares his backstory, present story, thoughts on authenticity, so important to him, marketing, how he defines success, and much more. Don is absolutely terrific. Let's get started. 2018, copyright Boomtank Media, LLC, fully enforced.
Welcome to the Boomtank Business Show for sharp female entrepreneurs and businesswomen who are ready to shine. A show about more freedom, more income, less worries, and cutting-edge information for you to create and grow your business. From branding to social media, marketing to the latest technologies, we've got you covered. Now, here's your host, Carolyn Cole.
Welcome to the show, Don.
It's great to be with you. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Oh, this is terrific. You come from the legendary Osmond Family of Entertainers, and you have chosen a related yet different path. Could you please tell the listeners what it is you do and why?
I don't sing and dance.
Can you sing just a little bit here today? No, really? Seriously, you don't sing or dance at all?
Maybe in the shower and maybe in the car, but nothing for an audience. Yeah, I'm one of the few non-performing Osmonds.
Is that really true? Do you really not sing or dance? Is that really true?
I did it once.
Okay.
So my father's Donnie, my aunt is Donnie and Marie, and this was probably close to 10 years ago, maybe. I did have the opportunity to perform on stage with my father during a tour, a UK tour. Played drums and did a little acoustic set with him in front of I don't know how many thousands of people. Really cool experience, and had a lot of fun doing it. But that was all I needed to go. Yep, probably not going to go down that route. It was a lot of fun, but I've chosen a different path, and I went down the communicative path. I went down to public relations for a little while, and now I'm running a marketing consulting company.
And that's OZComm Marketing. We'll have a link to that in the show notes on boomtank.com for this episode. Please tell us what your path is from the family path. And actually, it's related as well, so explain that for us.
It is. The Osmond family, they've been entertainers since, my goodness, back in the late 50s, I think it was. And so 5 decades, going on 6 decades of entertaining. And yeah, my father, his brothers, and his sister Marie, they've all been performing since they were very young. I have some cousins that actually went into the business and some that are still performing. And watching all of that happen on the side of the stage, or backstage, I should say, I got to see all the inner workings and how everything happened, including the way the media portrayed the family and presented what they were doing and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes they were great, and sometimes it was a little bit less than stellar. And as a young kid, I thought, man, it would be so nice if I could actually tell a more authentic story, a more real story of the family and what it is that we're really doing, rather than getting lambasted by critics. Not all the time, but just a few times. And I thought, I'm going to go into public relations. I'm going to change the world. I'm actually going to do this the right way.
And here you are in the Boomtank Business Show doing just that.
Yeah.
Very
It's
good.
been a little bit of a bumpy road to get down that route, but I do honestly believe that there's some importance of maintaining a level of authenticity. And so watching my family in the entertainment world has got me down this path of going into marketing and being on the being backstage and helping everybody else shine. I love watching entrepreneurs do their thing. I love supporting entrepreneurs and becoming thought leaders and quote unquote famous in their industry. I love being supportive in that role. And that's where I've always been my entire life, whether it was in entertainment and now in marketing. I love being that supportive role. And I think that's what you do really with the Boomtank Business Show here, is that you are really supporting women entrepreneurs and the cool guys that are trying to help these females, these women out there knock on doors and get some awesome business happening. And I love what you're doing, and I think I totally support it. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, thank you so much for the super kind words. Those will stay with me and mean a lot. Thank you, Don. What I've done is I pulled out the language from OZComm Marketing. As I say, we'll put a show link for that in the show notes. And this is the description of what OZComm Marketing does. And then we're going to drill into the sharp female entrepreneurs, because you have a great story about your wife. We work with business leaders who are exceptional in their industry and marketing savvy, but who are occasionally faced with challenges that negatively impact growth and profitability. We develop and execute strategies that solve real-world business problems by increasing visibility in crowded market spaces, working with sales to improve funnels that don't meet expectations, and measuring marketing effectiveness to reverse ever-shrinking profit margins. So that's the big corporate piece you do and the big business piece that you do. And then you also are fascinated by the smaller entrepreneur. And you talk about your wife, and I don't think there's anything small about what she's undertaking, but it's a smaller shop or a smaller enterprise with success. Tell us about your wife and her role as a female entrepreneur. What's happening there?
Well, first of all, she's a mom of 3.
Wow, fantastic. Oh, my word. Yeah, okay.
So she's got her hands full. But no, she's just recently gotten started with a couple friends, working on a little project that they're doing to help women out. My wife, she studied psychology. She became a certified nutritionist, and along with two friends of hers that are therapists, they're coming up with ways to help bring to light different things that face women, whether just mothers and that's not a just mothers. I mean, that's a vital role, but their role as mothers or their role in being an entrepreneur or a solopreneur or whatever enterprise project that they're working on, really. And what I'm doing right now is in the best way I possibly can in the short 24 hours we all have every day, helping them figure out how to position what their offering is. And it's in its infancy right now. They're just getting started, so I don't think she wants me to go off sharing too much about it. But down the road, definitely there will be some news that she'll be pushing with her website and with her friends as well on this project.
That's exciting. I wish her all the best, and we'll be watching for that. If you need me to update it over here, I'd be happy to do that for you.
Love to do that. Yes,
yeah,
thank
that'd be great. What fascinates you about entrepreneurs?
Oh, they're a weird bunch. and I say that with the utmost respect, because I'm an entrepreneur as well, and I come from an entrepreneurial family. Entrepreneurs, they are brave to go out and face the world where status quo already exists, and they're willing to shake it and say, did you know that there's a better way? Did you know that there is a cooler product? And I respect that audacity and tenacity that entrepreneurs have. Love working with entrepreneurs.
What kinds of clients do you have now, Don?
I have clients in the tech space as well as in CPG, consumer product goods. That's kind of where we're starting to see a little bit of a focal point for OZComm, really. And
are you doing a lot of work out of Texas? Where is the bulk of your work? Is it global? Is it national? How have you shaped that?
It's changed off and on over the last few years. Most of it has been actually domestic here in the United States. But there have been a couple times when I've had projects out in England as well as down in Australia as well. The challenge there is obviously dealing with time zones, but with the way that the world is so connected with Skype and social media and all these other kinds of tools that we've got, it makes it a lot easier. But yeah, mostly domestic right now.
What do you see right now as effective marketing for companies? And that's just, that's such a big question. It's not fair, but I do want to ask it.
Wow.
I know. That was just a meanie question. You're being so nice coming on my show. Meanie question.
How much time do we have on this podcast?
Well, I tell you what, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do something creative here. I'm going to let you come up with the better question I should have asked. So what is the better question I should have asked?
Well, from the way you asked it, it made me think that what are the different tools out there? What are the different types of things that that companies can do to effectively market? And if that's the way you asked the question, there is no right answer to that question. I have worked with clients where social media was the end all be all to all of their marketing problems or challenges, and I've worked with clients where social media wasn't even remotely close to the response and the way they should have approached their marketing. So in terms of tactics, it's going to depend largely on the industry that you're in, as well as the end goals and objectives and what that offering is. If the question was a little more philosophical, then the answer to that, I think, is a measure of authenticity and appropriate transparency. And for me and for the mission of OZComm and what we do, authenticity really has been the lodestar, I'd say, for years and years and years, including the history of my family. It goes back to my grandfather when he was bringing his family into the entertainment industry, and they were saying, hey, things are going well. It's looking like it's going to burst. It's going to be an amazing thing. And he sat his family down and said, you know what? We're getting involved into an industry where people are going to ask you to do a lot of different things. Some that will give you opportunities to get lots of exposure and lots of attention, and things that may not be very appropriate and may challenge your personal integrity. And he said, I want you to be upstanding citizens. I want you to have a measure of integrity. I want you to be authentic. I want you to be real, and ride come what may. And it's very interesting to look back after he made that comment to his family, to his kids, and to see the longevity of the career of the Osmond name in entertainment. Yes, it's had its ups and downs, and there's been some really good highs and some really low lows, but it stayed. It's a name that's respected in entertainment for a very long time, and you take that example from the entertainment industry and you put it into what I do with technology and with consumer product good companies and things like that. The same thing happens here. It's just a different measure of celebrity. We call them thought leaders in business. We call them celebrities in entertainment. And there's tricks to getting attention, media attention all the time, but the true measure of maintaining a brand for brand's sake and what a brand actually is to keep it consistent. And integrity and authenticity are critical and key to the success of that brand.
And that feeds beautifully into the next question. We had a brief pre-chat on this. What do you think is the key to success? And I love this viewpoint from your viewpoint, which is you had the legendary Osmond family, and it's a legendary family. You are part of that legacy.
Yes,
yeah,
thanks.
It's a beautiful family. And you had before that phenomena, your great-grandfather was an entrepreneur. Now you're working with entrepreneurs. You're working with companies, startups as well as established ones. You have such a broad perspective. To you, what is the key to success?
Oh, great question.
I'm being so mean with my questions today.
No, you're not being mean. It's just very contemplative. It gives reason for pause, and probably appropriately so, because what is success to an entrepreneur? And that's going to be different for every single one of them. I mean, you want my personal opinion on what success is, and that is benefiting the lives of other people and doing everything that you possibly can to see them be successful. And that's why I've gone into marketing. It's because marketing is supposed to be that support aspect for a business to be able to say, this is, and tout, this is what a business does. This is what this business does, and this is why this business is here to serve. And I really think that's what businesses are supposed to be doing. And entrepreneurs who lead those businesses is to serve the industries, the communities, and the audiences that they reach out to.
You talked in the pre-chat about the power of why, and you went into that. Would you care to explore that again with us now?
You know what? That phrase is pretty well known now, thanks to Simon, who coined that with his book, Starting with Why, and the power of why. Why is, to answer the question why, is it again requires a little bit more reflection and personal thought. I mean, we've got what are the different W's? The who, the what, the where, and can't think off the top of my head this early in the morning.
Right. No, you're doing great.
Yeah, you got the who, what, where, why, or excuse me. Anyway, you know where I'm going. The answer to all those questions, except for why, are all factual based. They're all pretty much black and white. It's what it is. The interesting thing about why is how it is circumstantial. The response to why is circumstantial. It's also subjective. It can be nearly anything that we want it to be. Why we do what we do is going to be different even if we all do the exact same thing. And that's based off of our own personal perceptions. It's based off of the way we view the world and the experiences that we've had. So when an entrepreneur comes up with an idea for a business, and there are existing competitors out there, so competition out in the industry, the only truly powerful differentiating factor that they have is why they do what they do. And this is the power of marketing. And I've told this before to a lot of my marketing friends, and I have some that agree and some that disagree. But marketing is supposed to answer that question, why. Sales and marketing are there's a stark difference between the two of them. And I'll go toe-to-toe with anybody on this one. Sales answers all of those factual questions. What do you want to buy? When do you want to buy it? How much is it going to cost? All that kind of stuff. And they want to take care of the sale, and their objective is to make the close. And that's sales. Marketing is a little more persuasive. And marketing lives in that ether of answering the question why. Why do I want to do business with this business? Why does this business exist? Why do we do the things that we do? And when we can offer an answer to that question of why in a compelling way that resonates with the audience and the target markets that we're going after and the people that we intend on buying from us, buying our services or buying our products, you ingrain it in them and they feel emotional towards it, regardless of whatever the emotion is. And that's part of them. So that when sales comes in and talks to somebody, or they see see an advertisement that helps push to a sale, the answer to why they want to do business with that business has already taken place earlier with marketing and should be able to happen a lot quicker. And the personal conversion or the personal persuasion has already taken place, making the sale and the close that much easier.
From your marketing vantage point, what encouragement would you give entrepreneurs?
There's a little phrase that I like to use, which is authenticity embraces transparency, and transparency mitigates catastrophe. And what I always tell the business leaders that I speak with when I'm coming in to help them with their marketing is that tell the reason why you got into the business that you've done. Create that compelling story. We talk about story marketing too. That's another facet. We can go down that road some other time. But tell the reason why you do what you do. And be honest about it. And be honest about the highs and the lows appropriately. You don't have to open up your closet of skeletons and cobwebs. But be honest and share that specifically to the market that you're going after in an authentic way, and it will resonate. It won't resonate with all the bleed off with the people that aren't supposed to be part of your intended audience, and that's fine. It doesn't have to, and it's okay that they say the negative things that they do because that's not who you're targeting. But if you deliver your message, your authentic message of why you're doing what you're doing to that audience, it will resonate and it will work.
Is there a good answer to what is appropriate authenticity? You used that earlier in this interview, and I love that, so I'm looping back to it.
in the last, I don't know how many years, whatever it's been. I mean, I've been in marketing. I say I've been in marketing for 38 years. It's about as old as I am. But professionally, it's a little less than that. Appropriate authenticity, appropriate transparency. A while back, transparency was all the rage and authenticity was all the rage and everything like that. But people don't want to hear about frustrating things or negative things or anything that contradicts the message that you're sharing. By a measure of appropriate authenticity and appropriate transparency, what I mean to say is you still want to put your best foot forward, but there are ways to approach the history as to how your business got forward or why it is that you do what you do, even talking about some of the lower points of that business, as long as they're supportive to the overarching message of what you're delivering. So there's no need to go into all the, this horrible thing happened and this horrible thing. It's a measure of perspective. How did going through this transition for this business go from this to this, and why is that beneficial for your customers, consumers, and clients?
I've heard don't take people through the mess, take them through the lesson after the mess. And that's exactly what you just said.
Yes, and that's probably the cleanest way that I should have said that. But
no,
yes,
no, you did great. I mean, I love how your mind thinks. I love what's going on here. How can people find you and how can you help?
Best way to find me is on the website, OZComm.marketing, which is awesome because it's not a .com, not a .net, and SEO optimized perfectly. OZComm.marketing is the website. Contact forms and all that stuff right there. I'm also on social media. I do have a Facebook account, but with all the craze that's going on there, I really don't play all that much Facebook. Personally, I do for my clients, and I'm also on Twitter. But again, I do that more for my clients. And then I'm also on LinkedIn, and all of my handles are Don Osmond.
Okay, terrific. We'll have links to those in the show notes if you wish. You let me know after the interview if you want that in there.
Yeah. So if you're actually trying to get a hold of me, LinkedIn's probably going to be the best one out of the three.
Sounds good. Message loud and clear. Now, as we close out the interview, and I want to thank you again for taking time to jump on this because I know you are crazy busy. Do you have any parting words of wisdom about life? Anything you want to share with the listeners before we say goodbye?
Oh, great. You really come up with some amazing questions.
No, I don't. This is awful. Yes, I should have prepared you.
There's a great quote here at the office on a board that says, "Failure is not falling down; it's refusing to get up." And I think that really pretty much sums up the life of an entrepreneur, as well as the just the overall practice of marketing.
Great words to share. All right, Don Osmond, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence today. It's been an absolute pleasure. You go out there and have a great day, and you certainly made mine. Thank you once again for coming on the show. It was an absolute delight. You're a real joy.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun.
We had so much fun in this one. I said at the beginning, Don is simply and absolutely terrific, and he is. He really does love supporting entrepreneurs and watching them do their thing. Did you catch what he said about a key to marketing? Tell your clients and customers in your target market why you got into this business. Be honest about the highs and lows appropriately with your intended audience. And success to him, he defines it as benefiting the lives of other people and doing everything you possibly can to see them be successful. Outstanding. Big thanks again, Don. And thank you for tuning in to the Boomtank Business Show. I so appreciate you listening, and you know I do. If you like the show, please leave a 5-star rating and some nice comments on iTunes, or subscribe on the free podcast listening app Stitcher for Android users or Google Play. And tell a friend. Join Boomtank's email list at boomtank.com and download your free instant audio training. It's 2 audio downloads. The first one, 10 top life and business lessons from my expert guests, and the second, a super success meditation you are going to love. Be sure to check out my coaching and consulting tab on boomtank.com and the speaking tab to book me as your next professional speaker or featured guest. Catch my live streams on boomtank.com or on Boomtank's YouTube channel, youtube.com/user/the Boomtank. Until next time, free your mind, unleash your spirit, build your life, create your business. It really is your show. See you right here on the next episode.
Thank you for tuning in to launch your dream business and life now.